So yeah, building a racetrack in my backyard garden in 7 days. Man, I wish I would have had this type of money. Regardless, link description below. Let's get into it.
I'm going to build a racetrack in my back garden, but I only have 7 days to do it in. The problem is, last year we completely transformed 14
I also
acres
got my
of
snacks for the
garden
vid.
into the dream racetrack.
You feel me?
But now it looks like this. It's full of water holes which haven't drained all summer, massive ruts which will break a car, it's completely overgrown, and the jumps were built way too steep.
Bro, he got
and would
all that
simply kill
land?
you if you went over them. In 7 days, we are holding a YouTubers race. What? So we need to crack on. But what does every racetrack need? A start line. This is my driveway, and as you can see, it's plain tarmac. But to have the ultimate racetrack, we need the ultimate start line. So we are going to build a full-on Formula One start grid.
Why is he wearing the Apple tag around his neck?
First of all, we're going to
bothering me.
need a black and
Low-key.
white checkered start line, a grid to line up all the cars, and red and white curbing to stop you cutting the corner and getting track limits.
Multiple track limits.
Yeah, no worries. So to take on this challenge, we are going to need the ultimate team. This is my mate Pedro, who is actually a professional. His company paints the lines you see down the streets, and this is his accomplice, Andre. Together, we are tackling the first part of the build. So first up, we primed the curbs and marked out where all the lines needed to go. And then we could start with the fun bit, the paint.
I just realized, what does his wife think about this? He has a wife. Like, does she have no say in all this? I don't know, man. That's wild as hell. I mean, she was happy as hell the fact that he got that $500,000 car for $300,000. And the fact like she just let him do that is wild as hell. I don't know. It's weird. It's not weird, but like, I guess.
We're going to have it red and
Crazy.
white like a racetrack. Along with Senna, there
He's
are
got a
going to be
kid.
some mixed opinions to this so far, but nevertheless, I took control of the painting.
Went
Damn.
over.
I think it's obvious to let the professionals carry on the job. First all the red and then the in-between white, and then the last part was sprinkling the glass beads into the wet paint. This will give it the reflective finish that you see on the
Oh,
motorways.
so that's how they do that? I had no idea.
We then moved to the checkered start line.
I'm scared.
Spray gun given back to Pedro, we worked into the night. We moved onto the grid and then boarded the start line. But thanks to Pedro and Andre's hard work, despite the tight deadline and lack of sleep, they smashed it. We just needed daylight to
That's
see
crazy,
the
bro.
finished job. So we're into the night, but the driveway, the boys have finished. So now, time for the epic reveal. Morning. Unbelievable.
That is kind of tough. He has a whole
What a
fleet.
start to this amazing
ready to
build,
go.
and it literally is my dream driveway, and I can't wait to start every morning from pole position. But now we need to move on to the gigantic task. I am very, very lucky that this track is in my back garden. When I bought this derelict farm 18 years ago, it was the first thing
was
I
a
built.
farm?
I lived in a static caravan, but had the best summer's nights. But as we talked about earlier, right now this track is far from drivable. Now the reason why is because we did, if I'm honest, cut some corners because we ran out of time. The winter came and so did the rain. Spent a lot of time and effort making this into the racetrack, but as you can see, we've got a slight issue with drainage. But the trouble is, we've got the whole summer gone and it's still holding water. It's not draining properly. We made some big mistakes. So all of these mistakes have made it unusable in the car and impossible to maintain. The reality is this entire circuit needs a complete revamp. Even the jumps were way too steep. If you hit this in a car, you'd literally break your back. Last year, it took us an entire month to make this track, and now we have only 6 days left of the 7-day ultimate build until
Wait,
my mates
did he
arrive
explain
for the
why
YouTuber car race.
there's a
so
limit?
with this seemingly
Like a time
impossible
limit?
deadline,
And why did he
we're going
wait
to
so
need a
long
really
before
good team.
the race?
Confident?
Very, very confident.
Please meet our digger drivers, James and Justin from Kingsland Construction, and they have built racetracks all over the country. 3, 2, 1. Last year's first mistake was the size of our diggers, so now we have a 6-ton bulldozer. That's crazy. That would have took dig, dig, move, dig, move. You can already see the massive improvement. They can move way more soil in a fraction of the time. It's making a hell of a mess.
You can't make an omelette without cracking an egg, can you?
That's a
Over
fact.
the years, the biggest problem I've
That's a
had
good
with the
analogy.
clay track is sitting water. Since day one, the course has always been dug into the ground, so lowest point is where the water sits. So the lads' crazy plan is to reverse this by pushing all the old dirt onto the track to build up the level. So that means Justin Dozer, which is kindly supplied by Whitnall, is going to be busy, and then James will follow along in the digger with this crazy spinning attachment, which compacts and shapes the surface.
Oh wow.
The beauty is we're starting again. It's going to be a completely smooth track, which hopefully won't break as many cars. Also no steep edges, so cheaper and easier to maintain, and water catch areas in the middle, off the actual racetrack. Sounds easy?
It looks like they're getting so much done
We have
though
split the
in like such
project
a little
into
time.
3 sections. Field 1 first, and we are only halfway through the day and we have already completed a big chunk of this first track.
A couple more jumps to shape up, a little bit of trimming. It's coming together, isn't it?
You had any problems?
Yeah. Brought a nice beef and spinach sandwich, so we had to stop for breaks. So that's a problem because that's cost us a bit of time.
With bellies full, next job is the hardest part of the field, the huge jumps. And a lot of soil needs to be moved here. To start with, Justin uses this massive rake on the back of the bulldozer. This breaks up the hard packed clay. That makes it loose and breaks into small pieces which are easier to reshape. He's also adding some extra spare soil from the middle. Together it will make a more gradual approach to the jump. It's still going to be massive, but this point here, the takeoff lip, is now not
Oh, wow.
as steep. So it's not such a kicker,
That's dope.
and it will hopefully no longer catapult a car into space. Once the soil is there, James then tickles the loose dirt with his digger. This is a very expensive end attachment, but it saves hours of work. It spins to angles without him having to move position. It even has a roller on the back to flatten and compress the ground to the perfect finish shape. He then moves to the edges of the jumps. This is where the attachment is key. Before this revamp, they were steep and very dangerous to mow. But now they are a lot
Ain't no
more
way.
progressive, so a
Let
lot
me zoom
safer.
in. Hold on.
So once they'd finished that, the lads moved into the next field. And this is still the first day of being in these diggers.
Is this all you've done?
They're getting a lot done in such a little
Mate,
amount of
it's took
time.
us
That's
all day
crazy.
to drain Connor's corner, so we're a bit slow.
You've done all right.
Done
Have
all
you seen a
right.
caravan anywhere?
No.
I did bury a caravan down here.
Yeah, well, we're building the track up. We're not digging trenches like the last people did, so we should be alright. I think that'll stay buried.
So as day 2 came to an end, field 1 was complete. How have they done that in a day? That's a Subaru dream, that is.
You won't.
He has a Subaru.
Test it out nice and gently.
Yeah,
It's
just
WRX?
Gently to start with.
start with, yeah.
What a better way to test a lad's track building expertise, but with my spine.
Oh no! It's broken!
We are looking for the car to have a little bit of airtime, but without the ridiculous back crunching impact on the landing. We need the car to travel forward and not just up.
Right, gonna put your fine work to test.
It'll be alright. Be good.
Go for it!
Wait, who does he have driving? Oh, he's driving. I'm about to say.
Yeah!
There goes me back. The jump was as good as perfect. Of course, a little bit of pain, but I suppose jumping a road car is not normal behaviour. Well, that's a success of a day if I've ever seen one. That's the whole of track 1 done in only one day. Day 2 complete.
I'd say so.
Bring on day 3.
And they have 2 more tracks left.
Day 3 is pivotal to this build. The massive waterlog has been here all summer. It's never dried up.
Last night we had a little hole out just to try and get rid of some of the water. As you can see, there was probably about 2 foot of water laying here, but we got rid of the majority, but it's still very, very wet.
Now, normally we would need to let this wet clay dry up, but we only have 5 days left. We will have to bury it. So, simple start, James is moving the high edge banking to create enough dirt to raise the extreme low levels of the track, which is why the water has been sat here for a whole year. Once
Right.
James has moved enough soil onto the track, then Justin comes in with the bulldozer to compact the ground and start to level it out. Whilst we were doing that, myself and Reese had probably the biggest, most important job the UK had ever seen. So we've been given the job of picking all the rocks up.
Oh damn. My hand too.
So we finished the track generally, but it's got to be rolled because right now it's a little.
Wait, I just realized, what are you gonna race on here exactly? Like the supercars? So they're gonna eventually pave all that within these 7 days?
Loose. So we need a bit of water really and roll it, but before we roll it, we've got to get rid of a lot of these, which is bricks and rocks, stuff which has obviously been covered. This work is monotonous and boring, but it's actually vital, as these stones and bricks kill a tractor lawnmower. But even more importantly, a sticky out brick can cause thousands of pounds of damage to a car. Whilst we were busy just in starting,
I'm pretty sure you're talking about supercars. I mean, and really any car, but supercars in particular.
There's a bit too much of a kicker on it. So Justin smooths it off to make it a little bit more usable. Ready for the Revelto.
Oh yeah.
But meanwhile, Reese and I had run into a problem.
No way.
That is in there.
As I dug in the ground to lift a big rock, I hit something bad.
That doesn't... Is that an old wire?
Turns out this wasn't any old wire laying the ground. No, that's that cable putting power to the...
Wait, that's got power?
No way.
That's power to the cabin where the airbag was. But breaking this cable had caused more problems than we originally thought. Obviously our cable has blown something. Turns out we'd wiped out the power to the whole house. Oops.
No way.
Just gone through a cable again.
Oh no. Why is it with your own cable?
Well, have you done this before?
Only out the front of the trees.
No, that's
No, I
wild.
have to touch my bush trimmer. You two, you're very, very in big trouble. Get out of my restaurant, please.
This is not good. We've only 4.5 days left to
Nah,
the
they
race.
killed power
And
to
being
the
without
whole
power to the
crib.
whole site will definitely slow us down. Dave the electrician is on his way, but he's a few hours away yet. But luckily, we got the sack from picking up the rocks. Meanwhile, James was shaping a corner, which I am very much looking forward to trying. He has made a banked corner. You can see the outside is much higher than the inside. This will help drain the water to sit on the inside of the track. And also, we have our very own identical to scale Daytona banked corner. Oh, and Dave arrived. It's a really cool big one this time, isn't it? It's like that. Is that dangerous?
How do you fix that though?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna replace the whole wire.
This
And
is
you gotta-
Dave, my friend and regular hero at my house. Last time I cut through the outside lights with James' hedge trimmer. For the second time, he sorted it.
If it wasn't protected, you'd have probably ended up in the next field.
So literally, if it hadn't been tested, it would have killed you.
Yeah, it stands a chance.
But luckily, I had calculated for that, so me and Reese were still alive. As you can see, Reese had made a right mess of the end of the cable.
Ha!
So Dave had to remove the frayed parts and then he added a new piece in the middle. He then protected the joints with a clever gel-filled box thing, and within no time, we were back with power.
Yeah. Good
Wow.
work.
No, that's crazy as hell that he was able
Jane
to
was
do
happy
that.
as the house was back with electricity, which means we might get some dinner. The boys had made some great progress with Field 2. The huge puddle has gone and the ground was level to stop it ever happening again.
That's
And
great.
my
It doesn't even
back
look like the
corner
same
is looking
backyard no
amazing.
more.
You may be thinking, why a racetrack in your back garden? The main reason is it's my own private space with no restrictions. You can't go crazy on the road as it's a matter of time before you lose your license and risk hurting others. Track days are expensive, hard
Yeah.
to film on, and most don't let you do any drifting. And name another place you can jump a supercar. But I've always wanted a proper area to do some drifting, so to add a little more pressure on the build, I have allocated a big section in field number 2 for Justin to build me a drift pad. Thanks to the huge bulldozer, it was light work. Justin pushed the dirt into a big flat area and drove over it a load of times to compact it down. Then James came to do the finishing touches, and by the end of day 3, we had finished field number 2.
So on day 4 of the build, Mark now wants to turn this field so he can farm it. So he could put some potatoes in here, some sweet corn here and some maize over here. What do you reckon there, Mark?
And a Subaru jump in the lot.
Who are? So he'll want some petrol for that.
So this was the lot, not so much work field. Right, let's take a look round, but
Take a look.
This is the worst one by far.
it's mad, isn't it? Because there's no big elevation changes, I thought it'd be the easy one.
No, I mean there's no jumps, but everywhere is so low that the water's going to sit in every part of the track and it's not going to be very good.
James and Justin's
damn.
concern is where they're going to get the soil to lift the track height up. In the other two previous fields, there were plenty of soil high spots close to drag the dirt across. But with field 3 being much flatter, that soil simply isn't there. And we are tight on time with only 4 days left to the actual race. Justin's first task was flattening out this big section. It's a big mess from where we ran out of time last year. It's full of deep ruts and piles of soil. So Justin just needs to get in his big bulldozer and pushes it all flat. We unfortunately can't use this stuff to build up the level of the track, as most of it is dead grassroots, so it's useless for now. Next up, I need to get my
I was
hands
figuring they
dirty
could have just
again.
used
The
that.
new racetrack is nice and smooth, but the problem is it's very loose. So as soon as we have our race, it will destroy the track with deep ruts. So before my friends arrive, we're going to compact it with this vibrating roller. But it has a catastrophic oil leak. But I have a solution.
Every oil.
So I haven't got a lot of anything, but I got a lot of nothings.
I'll tell you what, I've got you here, look.
You got some in the back?
Like, so there's some more as well.
I've bought cars before and you open up the boot and they've got like a bottle of oil in, which is half full, and you think, yeah, this probably wasn't the best buy. My logic is I just keep topping it up. So basically having a fresh service.
So don't
every
seal
time
it,
I
just
use
keep
it.
topping it up.
I know that's 710 look.
Oh, yeah.
How much today,
That's loads.
We're sorted.
Right,
It's
off
good,
you crack.
good for you to go. That was easy.
That was easy.
So with the oil level back filled, it's time to vibrate out my teeth fillings.
So it looks like they're not gonna pay
There
it,
she goes.
which makes sense because I mean you'd have to wait like what, a day or two to pavement to dry.
Meanwhile, up at field 3, Justin was working on the first corner, trying to magic soil to use. He has a plan to make another bank corner, so he lowers the soil level on the inside and uses that spare dirt to raise the track level. We have a problem with the roller ring. The ground is so loose and dry, it's not binding together. And this is going to be an issue. The race will destroy the track surface in minutes, and more importantly, we will be wheel spinning in loose dirt with no speed. Before James and Justin can carry on with field number 3, they need to do a bit of housekeeping by moving the Smash Minis that we use as a barricade for the Whistling Diesel Epic Hilux launch.
What the hell? When did it? He did a lot of crazy shit I did not know about, I guess.
Have you ever been in an accident but it wasn't your fault and someone hit you up the wrist?
Theoretically speaking, you might not have been in the accident, but your car might have been, and then repaired dodgily and sold to you without you knowing. And nobody wants to unwillingly buy a car which has been in a crash. So a
feeling
great
that
way
coming.
to check that out is
Yeah, I feel it. I
check
felt it. I knew it.
on that certain way they can get back to doing some real work.
I knew
we
it,
ran
man.
into our first major hiccup, and it's my fault again.
What's the job now?
Diesel.
Diesel.
We need to fill up with diesel.
Oh, that looks fun.
Did he order diesel?
No.
Well, we're haven't we?
We got no diesel.
We've got no diesel.
James had this fuel tank delivered and asked me to get it filled with diesel, and I totally forgot to do it.
We're not going to have no
Oh.
diesel tomorrow because you're not going to get a diesel delivery. You're probably not going to get no diesel Monday. It's probably going to be Tuesday.
And that's not going to work. We only have 4 days and we can't waste time waiting for delivery of fuel.
Unless you want me to get one of my blokes to travel 2 hours to bring diesel in.
Oh yeah, that should work.
James' company, Kingsland Construction, is from Norfolk, the home of mustard and Lotus.
Straight over on
Thank you for filling that out for me.
No problem, my friend.
Thanks for rescuing us.
That's what we do.
And by the time his man had got to us, we had lost 3 hours and the rest of the
Damn.
day had gone. So day 4 was completed.
And how has it been working with like, the ground and soil? I don't remember last time it was a problem.
It's a bit of a problem now. It's a bit too dry at the minute. We need some rain.
If we can get some rain and we can make it bind.
At the minute,
we've got
it's
the
just
skid steer. It's far too dry.
too dusty.
Yeah, that shit's
Rain was
dry
now
as
our
hell.
biggest problem, and it's not something any of us had the power to arrange. The UK's weather has been bad all summer, and we need a little bit more of that, and we need that rain fast. We need water to bind all this dust together. Last year was okay, as the track could sit and compact all winter, but in only 3 days' time, we have actual cars on this track. There is rain due this morning, so the lads put the build on hold and kept themselves entertained.
What's up?
The guys have messaged to say they've had an accident and we need to speak to them on FaceTime.
He's got a bit brave and he's had to go at the Hilux ramp. He's a bit...
And this is great use of Whistling Diesel's BMW. It would be a shame to see this go to the scrapyard, as it has a lot of fun memories. And we have some more great news.
We're getting some rain. Can you believe it? So
That's crazy. Right when they needed it.
rain. It doesn't rain too much and not all day, but we get enough so we can pack this ground in and get it nice. So yeah, fingers crossed it's all going to be good.
The rain was enough to get back started, and Justin was on my favourite corner of the whole track, the top corner of the oval, and now the improved version with the BMW statue. But in true UK form, the rain kept coming and coming and coming, to the stage where Justin's big bulldozer was making more mess than fixing it. So Justin swapped out to my little lighter skid steer.
So we got the rain we was asking for. But,
Now it's too much.
It's been raining like 3 hours now, and
Damn.
It can stop now.
Oh my
Because,
god. Yeah, he's not doing nothing.
yeah.
That's all a mess.
Joys of working with clay.
Big problem, that wrote off the rest of day 5.
Damn.
And it's like pottery, innit?
Just brown again.
So is that what we need?
Yeah. Just so we can bind it together.
Like Play-Doh,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is, yeah.
So after yesterday's big rain downfall, today the condition of the soil is absolutely perfection. Yeah, I see what you mean. On your head, son. Only 2 days left, so we have some serious catching up to do. Justin only managed to do this one corner yesterday. This is the biggest field, but it also is the hardest one to work. There is no spare soil, so they are having to work hard to find any extra dirt needed. This is going to be tight on time for this race. So first job again is to rake the field to make the track extra wide.
Man, this is insane. I was doing this. I
Justin
still don't
is
understand why he
making it
waited
much
like
wider, the full width of the
so
bulldozer
close
around the
to
whole
do it,
track.
though.
This will make sure that when we have the race, there is plenty of opportunities to overtake each other. And most importantly, it will make the best racetrack for the grand finale. James and Justin worked a very long but successful day 6. Weather had been perfect and the ground was binding together nicely. But still, we are only halfway through this huge field 3. We have 24 hours to finish the rest of the track and roll the complete track, because right now the moisture is perfect to bind that top crust.
yeah, but they just ended it like that and went to Gate 7.
We cannot cheat this. 7 days is 7 days.
Got till 12 o'clock tonight then.
We've also got some extra help in on the rollers. Got 2 lads coming who are going to be on both of the rollers, and they're going to be able to compact it down in this perfect weather. Let's get excited. Come on. Last day. Nope, we got nothing. Please help me out.
He was like, he's
Yay,
tired of his shit.
yay. Right.
Cartwheels!
His phone fell out.
Introduce yourselves.
Samuel. Harry.
And they're going to be on the big important job of trying to make this track solid so we can have our race. And it's perfect conditions. Ideal day for rolling. But typically my ancient roller, which despite its looks is actually very reliable, had the worst timing ever not to play ball.
Damn.
Where's the old That's you, that is.
How is that me?
You took the oil cap
No, I
off.
didn't. You took it
You
off.
checked the oil yesterday, didn't you?
I have video evidence of you doing it.
No, I did the dipstick.
No.
You did the 710 cap.
No, I never. So is that like a head gasket then?
Yep.
Is that like difficult to fix?
Not sure.
Oh,
Nah,
you're gonna
that's
make such
insane.
a mess.
Metal bar or anything laying around, Mark? Go on, try it.
No matter what we pulled, pushed or hit, we couldn't get it started.
Oh, don't let us down now.
To be fair, none of us really knew what we were doing. We need both rollers working today to have any chance of being ready for tomorrow's race.
I don't even know where to start.
Whoa!
Take that off. We think this is the culprit. We assume the starter motor is stuck, but no matter what we tried, we couldn't free it. It just would not fire into life.
So what's the idea of whacking it?
Just try and get it get it engaged, like free it up.
Like CPR?
You don't normally hit someone with a hammer for CPR, but if you want to put it in that context, yeah.
Damn.
I'll see the oil cap as well.
No way.
See the oil cap. Hang on. Start, you big piece of.
With no joy, I called for backup and a replacement roller. Hi Ross, you right?
Yeah, man, good.
I need a big favour. Would you have a roller and any way of getting one to me now?
We've got one. We can go and pick it up but it's from Meriden.
From Meriden, so that's going to be like an hourish, isn't it, by the time you're here?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, do that? Yeah, could you do that then, please, Ross? Dormer Plant are going to save the day? So the replacement roller is on its way.
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, I know those are his homies, but like they pulling a lot of strings for him to do this, and like he gotta do something for them, man. Like for real, treat them out to a fat dinner or something.
James and Justin got back up to the top field 3. Harry was on the one working roller, and Sam pulled the short straw and was removing some more sticky out bricks and rocks.
I would hate to have that job.
So, the final push. James is shaping up the wider racetrack in the digger. The long straight didn't need much work, but after a bit of titillating, it now should be perfectly flat. He also took a random leftover mound of mud from last year's track build to help smooth out the landing of the jump separating the two fields. That also widened the entrance between the trees. Harry was busy doing lap after lap, and after a couple of hours wait, Ross came up trumps.
Dormer Plant, how I let here to save the day.
With 2 rollers now on track, Carwell filmed its next video. But we had a little issue.
What happened now, Jay?
We have run out of diesel.
Bro, ain't no way.
How's day 7, our last day, going?
Not ideal.
Give her a good old sucker there, Harry Chavy.
Dormer grabbed this straight from a local job, so it didn't go back to the yard, so they had no chance to fill the diesel. But we had my broken roller sat there as the spare fuel tank. Luckily, Justin had sucked on a pipe or two before. 2 rollers going made a huge difference. You can visually see them making a hard surface crust, which will be perfect for tomorrow's race. The rain we had made a massive difference to soil, and it's transformed the workability of this clay just in time.
Getting there now with the track. Last day prep. It's going down really well, but it's looking really good. Packed in really well. Hopefully get going to Blue Groove. Mega.
Justin grabbed the skid steer for a few final hours to groom it perfectly.
Have you seen what the stickers say?
Yeah,
What's it?
that says
Hang on, do it as if you're kick-starting a bike.
And with Justin in the skid steer, he tidied up the final little bits. He also picked up any rogue stones, but this time he took out no electricity cables. And yes, they got it finished within the 7 days.
That's crazy.
Obviously, being an off-road racer, having my own track is literally a dream come true. And in all the years of having fun up in this back garden, it has never looked this good. And soon my YouTuber friends had arrived.
It looks great though, it's incredible.
Thank you.
When I rocked up, I was like, yes, a petrol head lives here.
Petrol head.
Bro.
Oh, that sounds so whack. We just call it gearheads over here. Damn, that's crazy.
You're living the dream.
This is incredible.
The jumps are safer, the puddles are gone, the banks are mobile, and the track is rock hard
That's
and
crazy.
super flat.
How many of you did this in a week? What, you two? And what was that even possible?
And I don't know how they managed it. They've literally made a masterpiece, and they've proven that they are the perfect track builders to take on this project. The banked corner, the genius whistling diesel corner.
Is the car doing nosedive into the ground?
They've smashed the drift area and lots of giant jumps, which probably won't break your back.
I wasn't sure what to expect, honestly. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's going to be sick. And then you brought me here, and then you brought me here, and it's, bro.
No, it's amazing. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Mate, it was worth a 2-hour drive.
But before we had a race, the lads needed a sighting lap. Yanni had crowned himself already, and Jamie needed an extra hand.
Very nice. This is so sick.
It's so much smoother.
It's better, isn't it? It's still going to be rough.
Honestly, I'm so excited.
I want you to do that jump there.
Bro, I'm going to do that's the grand finale. I'm going to backflip a car.
Banger racing as well, if we sort of like...
Can we
like,
bump? A little flick. Are we allowed to?
you.
Okay.
Is that where the rules are set?
I'm asking for a friend.
Listen, this guy's talking about bumping. He's going to be nowhere near anyone to bump him, especially not me. I'll tell you that.
Mate, I've been on drag race with you, mate.
That's straight line. Have you got the skills on the corners is the question.
Right, you know the track? Sorted, yeah, let's go.
I have no clue. I need a nervous wee.
So now, just one thing left to do. The
Race.
So we have Jamie on pole, Yanni second, then we got James and Justin, and I'm at the back. Right.
I just realized hold on. He put the grid on his driveway for them to start the race on the track. You know what? I'm just gonna watch the race.
Again, do not hurt anyone. You've got airbags.
I've got airbags. Bad thing. I've been
deployed.
broken thumbs. Oh sh.
Jamie has already broke it.
You are going to get smoked out with that window now. All the dust is going to go in the car.
Bro.
Shall I do the pit manoeuvre on Jamie just to wipe him out as soon as we start going?
Right, guys. Thank you for coming as test dummies. I hope everyone survives this. I just want to say thank you for being the first occupants on the new racetrack.
Let's have it.
So the winner gets crowned as the champion of the new racetrack, and you have to buy dinner.
Huh? I want to win, but I don't want to win that much.
Glad I'm not driving.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yo, that dirt.
Ah! Like that, yeah? Oh, no!
Did you really pit maneuver him? Oh, he's drifting.
Come on, Scandy, flicking that.
Dave is on it.
Ah, it's spun it! Oh, no! No!
Overplayed
Oh,
it, mate.
spun out.
Overplayed it.
Everyone's got in the corner.
He's right on my tail.
Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone wide.
Oh, no! Oh, you
He spun him out.
They really just playing bumper cars in this joint, like, all that
It
dirt.
was amazing chaos. We were having the time of our lives, which is exactly why we built this track. Until Jamie took on a passenger,
Sick! Ah, it's a bumblebee!
which actually turned out to be the least of his problems.
Ooh.
What?
Oh, shit.
Yeah! He jumped it! He jumped it! No way! Yes! Bro, I was trying so hard. Come on.
Yo.
Good hell!
Until I realised the race hadn't finished.
right, summon the rain.
Oh, shit.
Seatbelt, seatbelt! I literally ain't the... Bro!
Oh, this is close. This is close to the finish.
Ah! Bro, my seatbelt is not on! It doesn't... No!
Yo.
The winner.
Go on, big handbrake, bro! Seatbelt!
I'm not gonna hold you. That seems fun as hell.
Remind me never
That
to get in a
seems
goal
so
this
fun.
time again.
Who won?
It's dangerous as hell, but
the boys
it's
won.
fun.
Right, it's been
Man.
a bad day at the office for me today.
We'll leave that there.
Just leave a reminder.
Well, look at my light. Look at my light.
I thought you were going over, bro.
Right, so the winner, of course, the lads, the track builders, Jamie and Justin, well done. Right, see you next Tuesday, 6 p.m.
It's like seal.
Yo,
Go on, pump start it.
yo, that was tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. That track ended up becoming crazy in the end, and that race was so fun to watch, man. That was actually really cool.